So what we'll do today is just an all-round practice. Again, as always, if you have any injuries, then please be mindful of those. Feel free to modify or vary poses. Obviously, I offer those as well. And just listen to your body throughout the practice. So come out of poses, come into child's pose if you need to. So we're going to start on the mat and we're going to come onto our backs. And I want you to have the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Just bring the hands to gently rest on the belly. And we're going to come into the breath for a few moments. So just sigh out the first few exhales. Just really feeling your body coming into the practice, coming onto the mat. I want you to start deepening that breath now. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top and release for 1, 2, 3, 4. And just flow through a few. Feel free to go up to 5 or 6. Maybe taking the hands to the ribs and the back of the ribs, just noticing that space as we inhale. Just bring your awareness into the body, just noticing any pains or aches that you might have. Just being aware of that, not judging, just aware and accepting. Let's slowly bring one hand to the heart and keeping one hand on the belly. And just inhale, as you fill up the lungs, feel the heart rising, pressing into the hand. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. Just taking a couple more breaths out. Slowly releasing the hand. And we're going to inhale as we lift the arms all the way up overhead. Just having a nice stretch. Just feel the shoulders lifting. And we're going to slowly bring the knees in towards each other. And just give a nice stretch in the legs as well. So a full body stretch. There we go. Now we're going to draw the knees into the chest one by one. And give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And let's slowly come to stillness and inhale. We lift the forehead towards the knees. Shoot the fingers away from the body. Nice and active. Exhale to release. Take 2 more in your own time. Beautiful. And we're going to slowly bring the knees to the mat. Bring the arms, the hips to the mat, sorry. Bring the arms to the side and we're going to inhale as we lift up into bridge pose. Now you can make this active, really engage the quads and the inner thighs, pressing the feet into the mat. Engaging those glutes as well. Taking 2 more deep breaths. And slowly releasing on the exhale. Lovely. I'm going to just draw the knees in and we're going to work into the abs for a bit here. Now what we need to do is to put your hands on the knees And you can lift up the chest if you want, but essentially we're going to take that right leg out, and we're going to take that left. So you will feel it more intense if you lift the chest off the mat. Try to keep the pelvis nice and neutral. We're going to keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more on each side. Hold and release. Beautiful. And just drop the feet to the mat. I'm going to rest here for a few breaths. We're going to stay with the abs for a little while. The next one we're going to do is just a little bit on the obliques. So I want you to keep the knees bent. Inhale, take the hands either side of the head. Inhale to lift the chest. And I want you to inhale as you take the left elbow to the right knee and straighten the left leg. And then switch. Take it over to the left knee and the right. And switch. So just do as many as you want on each side, but try to aim for between 5 and 10. And when you've done enough, slowly bring yourself back to the mat. We're just going to rest for a few more breaths. The next one we're going to do, just take a few more moments. I'm just going to talk you through it. We're going to keep the hands by the side. And we're going to bring the legs out wide and let them hover a certain amount off the mat, whichever suits you. And just take your circles. So when you're ready, set yourselves up, take the legs out, and then take your circles in one direction. Take them a little bit slowly, really engage the abs here. And again, maybe just do about 5 or 7, between 5 and 7. When you're ready, slowly come back to center and rest. Take a few breaths, and then we're going to do that again, but with the circles going in the other direction. Take in about 3 more nice big breaths. We're just properly resting between each set. When you're ready, hands by the side, take the legs up, and we're going to do the opposite direction. So just do, between 5 and 7 or 5 and 10. And when you're ready, slowly bring the knees in. Just give them a nice little hug. And we're just going to rest there for a few more breaths. So the next one we're going to do, just take a few more breaths to rest, is we're going to come into boat pose. And from here, I want you to take high boat to low boat. Really feel the core working. And remember, you can take it as low or as high as you want. So just work it in a way that suits your body. So let's take 2 more breaths. And make your way into boat pose. You can rock up and down if that's available. You can have the legs straight, or you can have the knees bent, entirely up to you. And then just work through a few, going from low to high. And maybe do somewhere around 10. When you're ready, just slowly release and just hug the knees in. And we're just going to take a few breaths here just to rest the body. When you're ready, we're going to slowly come into our tabletop position. So bring yourself onto your all fours position. Hands nicely spread, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. So we're going to take our cat-cow breaths. So as you inhale, really feel that nice stretch in the belly as we draw the belly towards the mat. Shoulders come in towards the spine and the gaze comes up. Exhale, let's reverse that motion. Really draw the belly up towards the sky. Around the blades, head comes down. Just take a few more. Your own breath. You can take a few figure of eights. Take it out from side to side. You need that today. When you're ready, slowly come back to your neutral spine. You're going to inhale that right arm out. So reach it forward, feel the shoulder lifting up towards the upper body. And you can take that left leg up as well. And I want you to line up the hips, so start engaging the glutes as well. So we're not turning that left hip out, we're keeping it nice and straight. And then what we can do if you want is bend that left knee and take hold of that left foot in the right hand. Inhale as you press and push up, taking the gaze over that right shoulder. Stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Lovely. And we're going to go straight onto the other side. So we're going to take that left arm out. And you can take that right leg out. Remember to line up the hips, keeping them neutral. Option 2, bend that right knee. Take hold of that right foot. And lift, lift, lift. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And I want you to slowly come into child's pose for just a few breaths before we move on to the next exercise. Really feel that breath in the back of the body, towards the spine, all up to the shoulders and the head. We're just taking a couple more breaths and we're slowly going to make our way back into tabletop. And what we're going to do now is we're going to lift the knees off slightly. And I want you to turn the hips over to the right. Release that right leg, release that left hand, and take that right foot out like so. And then you can take the bum towards that left heel and lift. And let's come all the way back. Bring the knees down, hovering, and then we're going to take it over to the other side. And this time, we're going to take that left leg out, right arm comes up, and let's take the bum towards the right foot this time, and lift. Now we're going to come back, reset, and take it over. We'll just do one more on each side. Back to center. And slowly release, and let's come back into child's pose. We're going to do that again. Just take a few breaths here. Just take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, let's come back to our tabletop. Let the knees hover. And we're going to take it over to the right. Lift that left arm off. Right leg comes out. Take the bum towards the left foot. And lift. And let's take it back. Let's sweep it to the other side. We're going to just do 2 on each side. It should feel quite strong in the legs. Quite nice. Bit of a stretch. And let's come back to center. Hover the knees. Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. And release. And slowly come back into child's pose. In your child's pose, a way to slowly walk the hand over to the right side of the mat. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and just stretch into that left side body, breathing into the ribs all the way up to the shoulders, drawing that left glute down towards the feet. And slowly come back to center. And we're going to walk the hands over to the left side. Take hold of the right wrist this time and breathe into that right side body. Lovely. Take a couple more breaths here. And slowly bring yourself back to your child pose in the center. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, we lift off the mat. So you're sitting on your heels, and we're going to inhale as we lift the bum up, lift the arms up, take the gaze up, nice big stretch. Exhale to lower, bring it down. And let's take 3 more in your own breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to lift up. And this time I want you to bring the hands to the waist. Take that right foot forward. And we're going to just stretch into that right knee, working into that back left hip flexor. Just take a couple more breaths out. And when you're ready, slowly lift the bum back towards that left heel. Going to come onto that right heel. We're just stretching into that right leg. Make sure to support yourself with your hands. That's great. And then slowly coming back up. And this time bring the hands to the waist. So we're going to bring that right knee back in. Bring that left knee forward. And we're going to do the exact same on the other side. So stretching into that left knee as we work into that back right hip flexor. So we're extending that back hip. So this is uncomfortable for the back knee. You can put something under it, like a little thin blanket or something. When you're ready, slowly drop the bum back. We're going to stretch into that left leg, sorry. So it might be different on this side. I think I'm a little bit tighter on the left. That's great. And slowly come back. We're going to bring the hands to the waist. And this time what I want you to do is inhale that right arm up. And I want you to stretch over to the left. So you're keeping the hips nice and neutral. So we're just working into stretching that side body. You're going to inhale to lift up. We're going to bring the hands to the waist and we're going to switch the knees. This time we're going to take the right knee forward. Lift that left arm up. Feel that space as we stretch over to the right. So really feeling that length in that left side body. Nice. And when you're ready, slowly inhale, coming all the way back up. Just take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. Wonderful. And we're going to slowly bring that right knee back. Come back into your tabletop. Hands spread out nice and wide. Tucking the toes under. We're going to inhale. We lift the hips up. Coming into downward facing dog. So just take your time. Pedal the feet. Bend the knees. Really feel that breath in the back of the body as well. So nice and strong in the pelvis. Nice and strong in the back. We're going to inhale to lift the heels away from the mat. Exhale to lower. Take two more in your own breath. Feeling that space between the shoulders as we externally rotate the upper arms. Let's take 3 lion's breaths here. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands and slowly walk the feet towards the hand. We're just coming to the top of the mat and we're going to come into our ragdolls. Just shake it out, swing it out, whatever you need. Let the back relax, bend the knees if you need. Shaking the head, nodding the head. I want you to find whatever's available. So whether it's the toes, the knees, the shins, the thighs. And as you inhale, just lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to fold. And keep flowing through a few in your own breath. When you're ready, slowly come to stillness. And we're going to slowly start coming all the way up. We're going to take the arms up overhead. You can come onto the tiptoes if you want. Nice big stretch. And release. Just slowly come into Tadasana. So you can bring the feet together if you want to. Lift the toes up, spread them out as we bring them back to the mat. We take the shoulders away from the ears, take the arms by the side. We're just going to close down the eyes for a few moments. Just bringing into your attention what's the intention for today's practice? Who are you dedicating it to? Maybe someone you love, could be yourself, could be a family member, could be a cause. Just try to focus on that. Just slowly open the eyes. I'm going to inhale. We take the arms up, take the gaze up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale as we step back into plank pose. Hold it here just a little bit longer, keeping the core nice and strong. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let's bend those elbows, working into the triceps as we open the heart. And downward facing dog. Remember, you can bend the knees. You can lift the heels away. Just breathe in, breathe out. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale as we gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Remember, keeping the spine nice and straight. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. Just take a few breaths there. Find your way back into the Tadasana. So remember to reset if you need to. Nicely grounded in the feet. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold forward from the hips. Inhale for your halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, let's step back into plank pose. Hold it here, nice and strong. Deep inhale, let's exhale. Lower down, elbows in towards the body. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air. As you exhale, bend the right knee, bring the right foot outside the right hand. You can stay on the ball of the right foot if you want. And we're going to inhale, you lift and twist over to the right. You can drop the left knee. It's your choice. It's your practice. Keep that left shoulder nice and strong. You're going to take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to drop that right hand to the mat. We're going to inhale as we shoot that right leg all the way back. And as you exhale, we're going to bend that knee. And we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the left side of the body. And you can lift it up or you can keep it on the mat like so. A deep inhale. Exhale. And slowly release that left hand to the mat. We're going to shoot that right leg all the way up. Now you can drop that right foot or you can flow through a one-legged vinyasa like so. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the gaze between the hands. We're going to set, walk, or float, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. Take a few moments. Find your Tadasana. Just take a few rotations of the wrists in both directions. Just open and close the hands. And inhale to rise. Exhale, let's come all the way from the top. Inhale, feel halfway. Exhale, let's take it back into plank pose. Nice and strong in the core. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down through chaturanga. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. Gonna lift that left leg in the air this time. And we're going to bend that left knee. Bring the left foot outside the left hand. And now we're going to twist over to the left. Remember, you can drop the back knee. You can stay on the ball of the left foot. Nice and strong in that right shoulder. So one more inhale. And exhale to release. Bring in that left hand down. Let's shoot that left leg all the way up. And this time we're going to take it over to the right. So you can leave it on the mat or you can leave it in the air. Nice and strong in that left shoulder. And let's take that right hand to the mat. Shoot that left leg in the air. Option to drop back into dog. Option to flow through a three-legged vinyasa. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or jump, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. We'll take a few breaths in. We're going to run through two more stand salutations with warrior two flow. Just to give you a heads up. We've got about 12 minutes to go. So we're doing okay. Moments here. Inhale to rise. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower it down through chaturanga. And exhale, let's come into our downward facing dog. And from here, I want you to inhale that right leg in the air. Bend the right knee, bring the right foot between the hands. I want you to lift up into your low lunge. Shoot the hands into the air. And as you exhale, sweep the arms out, coming into warrior two, bending into that right knee. So make your adjustments. Arms parallel with the mat, take the gaze over the right fingers. You can go a little deeper in that front leg, but you don't want to be shooting over the ankle. Flip it and let's reverse that warrior. Stretching into that right side, nice and big. Let's come back into warrior two. Flip and reverse one more time. Let's come back into warrior two. You're going to exhale, we drop that right elbow to the right knee. And we're going to sweep that arm up and over, coming into our side angle pose. Remember, you can release that right elbow if you want. It's strong on the core. Or you can bring that right hand to the mat. There's lots of variations. Let's just breathe here for a few moments. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale it back into warrior two. Take the gaze over the right hand. Inhale, let's straighten that front knee. And we're going to reach forward, preparing for Trikonasana. So let's come into our Trikonasana. Taking that left hand all up towards the sky. And we're drawing that top hip back, just twisting the ribs up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to take the gaze to the mat if it's not already there. And inhale as you lift back up. Bending into that front knee, come and briefly into your warrior two. And then from here, I want you to put the arms to frame that front foot and shoot that right leg all the way back. And you can come into down dog, or we can open up the hips, taking the gaze under the right armpit, or you can come into downward wild thing, sorry. It's your choice. And when you're ready, we're just going to meet in downward facing dog. You can flow through a three-legged vinyasa if you want. So we're all going to be at dog. Let's take 3 lines breaths out. Get a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step, walk, or float, feet to hands. We're going to inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through Hastasana. Exhale to release. So take a few moments here because we're going to do that on the other side. And it is quite strong on the legs and the wrists. So take a few moments here to rest. I'll just come onto the other side of the mat. So coming to your Tadasana pose, so just find yourself here again. Taking the shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. You're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, let's go forward on the hips. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale as we step it back into plank pose. Nice and strong. Take a deep inhale. And let's exhale as we lower it down. So elbows are hugging in, triceps are firing. Let's come into our downward facing dog. And I want you to inhale that left leg in the air. Bend that left knee. Bring the left foot between the hands. And we're going to come into our low lunge. And from here, I want you to sweep the arms coming into warrior two, bending into that left knee this time. So nice and strong. Taking the gaze over the front fingertips. You can go a little deeper into that leg if it's available. Remember, if you're coming over the ankle too much, and just create a bit more length. So just test it out. Going to flip that front palm, reverse the warrior. And come back, warrior two. Let's flip and reverse one more time. So feeling it, nice, stretching that left side body. Let's come back into warrior two. So just check your alignment here. And we're going to slowly drop the elbow to that left knee, sweep that right arm up and over, come into your side angle bend. So you can test it by releasing that left arm. I'm going to slowly come back into warrior two, and this time I'm going to straighten that front leg. And we're going to reach that left hand forward, coming into Trikonasana on the other side. You can take the gaze up towards the right hand. Remember, that it doesn't matter if the left hand doesn't reach the mat. Just listen to your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, gaze to the ground, lifting all the way up. Let's flow through our warrior two just for a moment. Let's frame that front foot. Shoot that left leg back. Option two, stack the hips. Drop into wild thing. And you can meet me in dog, or you can flow through a three-legged vinyasa. It's your choice. We're coming towards the end now. So let's meet in downward facing dog. I want you to keep breathing. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step, walk, or jump, feet to hands. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. And just shake it all out. Got about 3-4 minutes to go. So I want you to bring the feet mat distance apart. Let's bring the hands to the heart center and slowly start lowering down into our yogi squat. And when you're ready, just release the bum to the mat. You're going to bring the legs out in front. Flex those feet. Micro bend the knees if you need. Hands by the side. Inhale to lift. Come into our Dandasana pose just for a few moments. Deep inhale. Exhale to release. Let's take the hands a little bit further behind, and I want you to lift up the hips, coming into reverse plank. So just drop the head behind you. We're going to stay here for 3, for 2, and on 1, I want you to lift the chin, tuck it towards the chest, and slowly come down. And we're going to just come into our butterfly forward fold before we come into our final Shavasana. So just bring the feet together. We're going to inhale as we lift and exhale as we come forward. Nice neutral spine for 1 inhale, and exhale, just let it go. And when you're ready, you've got a couple of minutes left. So just slowly bring yourself back up. Draw the knees in towards each other and come down into your final Shavasana. So just give yourself a nice squeeze and let's release it all. And we're going to start deepening the breath. And let's start slowly wriggling the fingers and the toes. And let's rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. Take a nice big stretch. And just do any other little thing that you need to do. And meet me in our comfortable cross-legged position in a few moments. When you come to your seated position, let's keep the eyes closed and the face soft. You can bring the hands to heart center. We're going to end today's practice with our 3 clearing breaths. Let's slowly bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And I want to thank you all for joining me in today's practice. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thanks, Shab.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys tomorrow, yeah, if you're up for it.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.